Se unim sel country bowo kapa bowunsem. Se unim sel country bowo kapa bowunsem. Se unim sel country Eko World Cup nibia. Se unim sel country bowo kapa bowunsem. That's a funny way. Why are the Nigerians?
When you work at Simuzane, which guy be this?
Now 2 years no.
But then they talk to you, you frown your face like you didn't somebody they fight.
And you now 2 years no. Or bomb me makutia.
Now you which part of your body from Nigeria?
So
what be your Nigerian name?
Okay.
Everybody go to Everybody go to If he asks everybody
Dr. Chisom Kiki.
Is Chisom a female name or a male name?
Dr. Chisom.
It will Kiki. Oh, Okochiku. That's how Chisom.
Chisom. Kiki.
Last one.
Na Chisom dear.
Omadio had your family name. Share.
They are playing with something. See, they are playing with something.
It is always a great feeling when your country qualifies to play at the World Cup, and that is where the African stages. After 256 matches, 9 countries have qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. That will be staged in North America, the US of A, Mexico, and also Canada. Well, there will be one more slot available, but it is a long route because you will need to go to the African playoff. 4 countries battling for 1 ticket. Then you go to the Intercontinental or Interconfederation playoff. Then you also vie for a spot to make it to the World Cup. But Ghana is part of the favored 9, the special ones, and they are making it to the World Cup. We are here to review the African qualification process, and then we'll add that of Europe, what is happening across board. But don't forget, there will be topical issues to pick from the various perspectives that we share. You can drop in your comments on the 4Post podcast as part of watching our discussion or our content, and you're welcome to do this with us. My name is Michael Asare Boadu, and you can't say,
hey, bro, bro. See your man, you more bro. Okay.
Spotify budget.
What's what is here? Hello, seniors. Me back from Fiifi, my friend. Me at Mo FM. Thank you very much. Yeah. Ikameyaka. Now see it.
You're not permitted to say whatever.
I will see it.
Kiki.
The mountain wine.
Omadio.
The mountain wine.
And you hear Yoruba ni ana ase we Hausa li alade. Igbo.
Igbo na you Okochukwu na say Okochukwu. Igbo dey.
Ye nwan mo tamale ye fe Kofi Yesu hu bi da.
Eno na je so bet na Kumase. Na ne papa fiero ara e asantini. Ena na ya boring ye man asantini.
We are where some family name Amadio ha.
Oh masa. Unim Hamza Obin. Hamza Obin no so wa wani tia. Tuze ni na nkan so ba Kumase no.
Oga. Be careful.
Okay, mama Igbo word back.
In the
word back
In the way. No. All right, the mama kai time na. Yeah.
Munye show the more.
I want to know the day.
Are there some Igbo people in the comment section? Let me know whatever thing that they are saying here. Because I don't understand you guys, but welcome. I hope everything is okay.
Everything.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Into only Igbo ni na oye day.
Hey, I don't know. Ghana must go.
Yeah.
It's a three come.
Yeah.
It's a three come.
La o ete liao.
It's a three come. It's a three come.
And is this our time
no yi. And now me akasam come utwa me to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Agege.
Satam agege me kai ai Momo Otoja Junction.
Momo dey. Otoja can go enjimi. Adi Momo Otoja.
Hey.
On the mommy speakers.
Well, let me start on this Nofi. So, of the African countries who've qualified, which one of them is the most surprising?
Those who have qualified.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to say something else, but then the most obvious is the story of the country that's going to be the smallest country by size after Iceland to qualify for the World Cup, which is Cabo Verde. Interesting story.
Okay.
It is a story of a country that 25 years ago, 30 years ago, were not thinking of ever qualifying to the World Cup.
Okay.
It's a story of a country that in those days during the colonialism and colonial era, it was a transit point for slavery, and that is what the country has been known for. It's an island, the smallest of the archipelago of islands that is in that area of the Pacific where slaves from the southern part of the Sahara would have been taken from Ghana, from Ivory Coast, from Nigeria. When they get there, they rest there before they continue to South America, that is the Western Indies and the likes. But now that country sought to transform itself. And I think they went via the route of what the Swiss did, understanding that let us identify a country, a bigger football powerhouse where we can trace our lineage to and build the football from there. So what they did was that they identified via their colonial master, which is the Portuguese, and they decided to go back to that country, find people or players who had lineages to their country, convince them to come and play for them. Of course, improving infrastructure, not so much. You know, the stadium in which they played the last game was just a 15,000-seater capacity stadium. That is less than the Barbara Sports Stadium.
Or maybe similar to Dr. Kwame Chase
Similar to Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. That's very small. I mean, the population of Madagascar in itself is small, 500,000 plus people.
Cape Verde.
Cape Verde, sorry.
So it means in entirety, the population of Kumasi is
bigger
than
Cape Verde. So it's interesting finding such a small stadium and playing the competitions there. One of the things that they've done well is to understand that, you see, sometimes when football teams want to move to the level where they become successful and become also developed in it, they tend to move away from what their regular cultural dynamics are. They didn't move away from it. They had a local coach in Bobista who made sure that he got Bobby Lolo.
Bobista.
Bobby.
But his name is Pedro Leitao.
But the nickname Bobista.
Bobista.
Bobista. But what is Bobby?
Bobby.
It didn't know. Why are you excited about Bobby?
Oh no. And I bet more to you as a Bobby. There's
a whole Bobby than a.
There be old to way. Bema Ben o wiase on one.
No, I'm asking you. Face Bobby or ask get out.
Usa onum Bobby.
Bobby lo.
Unyina onum Bobby.
Now Bobby now can any family can have ice cream.
What are you guys discussing?
You don't know what Bobby is? You don't know Bobby? Enyim Bobby lo.
No.
Senior Enyim Bobby lo.
Coach ni di no.
No, you listen.
Bobista na Bobista. I want to pay there no Bobby.
Bobby lo yes Enyim Bobby lo.
How the two adoma.
Enyim Bobby lo.
O me pocho to.
Enyim Bobby lo.
Me say me pocho to adoma.
Enyim Bobby lo.
Minyim.
Enyim.
Minyim
Enyim Bobby lo.
Yeah, ale wonyo.
Ale die.
Yeah,
So he's a star of the Bobby.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, hey, I wear a bad boy.
Bobista is a star of the Bobby. True or false?
Oh, you're a bad boy. So yeah,
Black Star.
the star of the Bobby has become the star of the conversation when it comes to the World Cup qualifier. And I mean, congratulations to them. They are going to be at the World Cup. You look at the names, and they have very similar names to the Portuguese names.
Yeah.
You could see the Semedos and things all coming through them when it comes to these players being players that have shown that they want to go on. And usually when a country is small like that, they tend to want to fight for the flag. And that's exactly what they did on throughout this. I mean, I was just a little bit confused during the game against Libya. The goals that the Libyans conceded, those were really, really funny goals.
Especially that second goal.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, you don't want to take anything away from Cabo Verde and the work that they were able to do. For me, congratulations to them for the work that they were able to do, how solid they were in terms of the job that they did. Congratulations to them. For me, they were the pick of the lot.
I believe you guys will go for Cape Verde. Surprise team in there of the 9 countries that qualify from Africa.
Yes, definitely Cape Verde.
Cape Verde.
I think they played so well.
So you want to go for Cape Verde?
Yes.
Kiki also want to go for Cape Verde. Then let me change it for you guys. Of the teams that have not qualified, or which country are you most surprised about that they are not in among the 9 that have qualified for the World Cup?
Which country are we surprised?
Yeah, not to see among the list of qualified countries. Cameroon. That is for you. Yeah. Why? Okay, so Cape Verde qualified at the expense of Cameroon for contest.
Yes.
Why?
I think they have a good squad. Some bright players in there. Enough quality. A well-structured team that I believe they have enough leaders in that team should have done better. Vicente Abubakar, Andre Onana, Imbuemo in that particular team. I was expecting them to be doing exploits. Drawing against Eswatini. Sitting at home and drawing against Angola when you needed they went badly. Very disappointing. And I think they are one team that I actually believe they have so much talent. But I think in terms of the technical part of this team, they are not at their best. At the AFCON, I saw Rigobert's song with this team. They were poor. After the AFCON, I thought they were coming good. But yet still, this team are not finding their rhythm. I think it's more of a problem of, let me say, a good coach for this side. Samuel Eto'O should be up and doing, should be pushing enough. And, there was even a little bit of fight between him and One Fan at the end of the day, which was really frustrating. He should know better. He has been there before. He has played World Cups. And getting good coach for this particular national team is very important. As he got a very good coach, even to work under. And these are things you shouldn't deprive the team of. And he needs to buckle up. I'm really surprised.
The case of Cameroon was very, very, I don't know if I am fit to use the word, comical to some extent. At a point in time, there was a standoff between the Cameroonian Sports Ministry and then the Cameroonian Football Federation, Fecafoot. Eto'O did not want the coach they hired, McBree, and he wanted to bring on board his own coach. There was not enough acknowledgement given him, not enough support. It actually affected the pace at which he needed to work to come to terms with how the Cameroonians expected their team to play and then the results that they would get. Fine. I think, some one or two issues crippled their campaign.
Clear that Samuel Eto'O has been a failure when it comes to being a sports administrator.
You think he...
Yes, Mike, I think so. There is no shying away from whatever he has done with this particular Cameroonian national team. At first hand, Mike, I saw it clearly, like this, right on my face. Samuel Eto'O was in the stands at Fiifi 1 year stadium, trying to communicate and give instructions to the coach, do this, do that, do this, do that.
At the AFCON.
But and when Mike, is there anything wrong when he has to? He's a Cameroonian.
No. If you think you can coach the team,
go and coach.
Definitely go and coach the team.
No, Mike, we are not coaches, but then we share our opinion, right?
We can share opinions, pre and post. Not doing, especially when the tensions are high. When tensions are really high.
So you think he was not intervening, but rather interfering?
That is it. And even right after the game, mix zone whole area, no. Abufobi or Dibe Faoko dressing room, and you could literally hear his voice.
Yeah.
At Ofebuanye, maybe a press conference now, you can hear anyone that speaks loudly in the dressing room. And he was speaking. And on that day, we knew it was going to be the end of Rigobert's song as being the head coach of the Cameroonian national team. Then another coach comes in, then you stand up and you be like, no, I don't want you.
But is he not the president of the Fecafoot?
I don't want you.
Yes.
I want this.
So that bizarre conversation, how is it that the president doesn't know who becomes the coach of the national team, or there's a coach of the national team and now the president now says, I don't want this guy?
No, normally, I think that issues about hiring coaches are otherwise for national teams. Fecafoot were in a very stubborn position. They decided that they wanted to do things their own way. And the sports ministry is responsible for paying whoever is hired to come and then lead the indomitable Lions. So that was where the standoff was. Eto'O wanted his choice. The sports ministry also decided to go against it, and it brought a whole lot of issues. They never really recovered from it, and that is why they are where they are. But among your discussions, Kiki, I've not engaged you. Which country are you surprised not to see among the 9? Your Igbo brothers.
My country, Nigeria. See, I don't understand them.
You say your country, now I don't understand them.
Yeah, I don't understand. Say, they be my people, but still,
okay, then talk to them in Pidgin, Nigeria Pidgin. Omo Naija.
Oga, why you dey stress me with all these players you get? I don't understand. Do you know they have Victor Osimhen, Adams, they play Sevilla.
Yeah, Sevilla.
The my midfield, Moses Simon and
Ndidi, Alex Iwobi,
Frank
Onyeka.
Them say Samuel Chukwueze Fuam, Alex Iwobi. Like when we in if 2022, they find themselves for 2022, then we see Ghana. You met Ghana, so obviously we had to qualify at your space. But with this kind of group, you drew 5 games out of 10. South Africa home and away, Zimbabwe home and away, and you drew against Lesotho even at home. Why would you put yourself in this position in the first place for you to go and play playoff? 5, and then how? With all these players. That time I was talking about Victor Osimhen. Meaning saying, me your country loan. Hey, Nigerians. We will apply to FIFA that we need Victor Osimhen loan.
For the World Cup.
Yes, because I don't understand. You have Victor Osimhen, so Victor Osimhen to stay home. The guy is playing his ass off. But meaning players, I don't know. They are not even helping him.
Did Victor Osimhen come to the wrong Nigerian generation?
Yes. Yes, yes. Imagine this Victor Osimhen. This even with this Ghana squad. They do. Imagine Victor Osimhen as our number 9 with Jordan, Kudus, Antoine Semenyo be ala keke.
Ala de.
Keke.
Kaka.
Kakoko.
Keke. Ba.
Eurate. Okay, shawa chere so fast score. Chere flash score.
It wasn't Koba Moses more time, man.
And cannot cry here.
Any Ahmed Musa.
When would they know? But I'm quite sure.
No, Kiki. This isn't a bad Nigerian team.
Yes, so why?
Okay, so do you think Osimhen appeared in the wrong era?
I mean, you guys make a very compelling, argument of the fact that, and you can agree, if he was in that team that won the last AFCON for Nigeria, 2012, yeah, and then you also look at
2012, I think was Zambia.
Yeah.
Nigeria was 2013.
2013, yeah, when they went for that break and then they came back. So, if he was in that team, he would have balled. And it's Victor Osimhen, top player, Stephen Keshi, brilliant guy, and all of those things. My big problem, however, with Victor Osimhen is that it's not as if this is a weak Nigerian team. This is a good Nigerian team. This is a Nigerian team, yes, probably has failed in management.
A good Nigerian squad or a good Nigerian team?
I think it's a good Nigerian squad in the team as well. My problem is the management of the team and the squad.
By who?
And that's exactly what I'm saying, because you look at the personalities that were there in 2013, that's Stephen Keshi. Stephen Keshi, they call him big balls at the time.
Yeah.
Somebody who has played the Nigerian national team before, got them to deliver. He has played there before. Now, this is a Nigerian team with quality, but a lot of these players, Sheyi Ajayi is not a true and true Nigerian. When I say that, I mean he was born outside of Nigeria. When you look at somebody like Alex Iwobi, Calvin Bassey, all of these guys, even William Trust-Ekong, it's not the regular Nigerian that you know. And then they in this competition, let us not forget, Mike, you were talking about the teams that have changed a lot of coaches.
Yeah.
They started with Jose Pesero or so.
Yeah.
And then it went on and on and on and on.
Austin Eguavoen has handled the job at a point in time. Yeah. Eric Schell is now in charge.
There was a time there was another Nigerian former player.
Finidi
George also came in before Eric Schell came on to become their manager. Now, Eric has become the manager of the Nigerian national team. What people have failed to realize is that in 6 games, he hasn't lost a single game.
Yeah.
1-4 and draw 2. So for me, the Nigerian issue, again, let us not forget the issue of the Nigerian general football management from the NFF. The times of their former president, Amaju Pinnick.
I think now is Ibrahim Musa.
Yeah, now there's a new person.
Gusau. He's been in charge
sort
since
of
2022.
Streamline things a little bit for them. The Nigerians, last time that we spoke about, we were talking about the Nigerian team. that was the runner-up in the last AFCON. So, yes, you make excellent arguments. And yes, I can understand that team was probably more balanced, well managed. But it's not as if this Nigerian team is bad in itself, actually.
Well, then their results have been so.
It comes down to that, so I agree.
I just don't understand.
I think it's all about having the right balance for this particular team.
Okay,
Mike, it's not that they have an extraordinary team. I think they've still not maximized the potential in that particular Nigerian team.
Okay,
some of the players have been misprofiled, and at the same time, I think when it comes to individual qualities, some of these guys are also not consistent. I look at the team under Ose Pesera at the AFCON.
Pesero.
Yes, Pesero.
I don't know. I'm going to find about Morino, DN.
Mike, many obi obeka sasem ni biya ya agree with how he was setting up his team. Nigeria was one of the most dangerous sides at the AFCON when it comes to transitions.
Okay.
Omunya counter attack a few. Because normally they will go with a three back, Semi Ajayi, Calvin Bassi. Choose the con. Normal ball, Zaidu Sanusi. Normal ball, Le Aina. Up front or Adimola Lukman. Or Victor Osimhen.
Zaidu Sanusi was an important player.
Yeah, Moses Simon.
So, share. So, attack me and saying, look how compact they were in some games. So, I'm going to counter attack Nitisu. So, I'm going to go with the long balls to Victor Osimhen. No, the tribe to Zetabas Bawa. But this time, under Augustine Guavon, they needed to change from being a transitional team or a counter-attacking team to a more possessive side. Then under Finindi George, they needed to change again to a more possessive team, which is not their style, which is not Nigeria's style.
So just Nigeria for any more.
No, once a born Ankasan, Mike, all jokes aside, what they have about Simuko possessive football, sometimes on Bechiru. Referring Dindi Mono because the energy I referred to Dindi Mono about the technical security.
Nigeria in the World Cup in 2018 had a player that for me they should have built that midfield around. Ogene Karo Eto'O.
Yes,
was excellent in the middle.
Excellent.
I remember against Argentina.
Press resistance.
He was
again. His career took a nosedive, so you
can't
fault the national side because his career
he wasn't doing.
Yeah.
Because in that tournament, it was a terrible tournament.
It looks like there's a general consensus that you guys agree the issue of Nigeria and then their failure to perform to desired levels has to do with much more of management and administrative.
Yeah, because the quality is still there. The quality is still there. The Nigerian quality is there.
They just play to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, you see Nigerian content creators make a fuss about the quality that we have, but they have the real quality.
Yes.
They have real, and you see, our quality is there, but theirs is tried and tested. Ademola Lukman is tried and tested.
Yes, African best player.
Yes, Victor Osimhen is the best striker the one before Ademola
Lukman, and they made the AFCON final.
Yes, look at somebody like Sami Chukwueze. He is even a known name in the Nigerian team. People forget he was in that under-17 championship team where himself and Victor Osimhen stood out.
Yeah, true.
And they've gone through the ranks and have come to the top. Those are just the mere names. The likes of Moses
Simon.
Moses Simon.
Boniface and Co. They are not even.
You understand, Victor Boniface?
No, now I think they've moved past Boniface. They moved to Aroko Dore.
Yeah. At some point there was Onuachu.
Yeah. And then it's a Gift Urban.
Gift Urban. Correct. Correct. Even today people mention the Balebas in English. There was Ndidi.
Yeah,
there was Ndidi, who at some point in time the big clubs wanted. But sometimes, and that is the big issue with the African thing. See, the thing is that, and all of us will agree, all of the African teams that have struggled in either AFCON qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers, they had problems with management.
And I think it's more about coaching too.
Yeah, when I say management, I add coaching to it as well.
Because there's a reason why I'm saying that. I look at the Ivorian national team and how they are performing under MS Fair.
Yeah.
You would understand that this is purely getting the best out of the squad.
Out of the squad that he has.
Okay.
Because I watched that team at the AFCON and I realized that there were certain things he changed around the team. When they came to the tournament, Mike, Jean-Michel Seri was not starting games for Ivory Coast.
Jean-Michel Seri.
Mas Gradel was not starting games for Ivory Coast. The centre-back pair was Indika and Willy Bolly.
Yeah.
Then Singo and Sergio Reye.
Single.
You know, Immense Fair comes into the picture and he says, no. First of all, I want to win the AFCON. Let me use these guys, the old guys first, and create a solid balance. So Jean-Michel starts ahead of Sangare. Yannick Frankesi, partnering Sekou Fofana in the middle of the pack. Then puts in a player like Omar Diakite on the right-hand side. Ononene Masgadel Chebo. Then Sebastian Haller. Then Edingra, because Edingra was not starting. But the most important aspect of the team was the centre-back pair. And I said, no. Mempe really boli. Moma Mikosonu.
Yeah.
Oni Indika. Now, what Timia managed team now brought the best out of these old guys. One day I've come with them and told them that, guys, we've given you a proper send-off. Now let us continue with the project. Evolve. Then goes in back for Sangare. Tells the likes of Sergio Ray and Koda Charlie. They will move aside. Then brings in Diamonde as part of the centre backs. So imagine going a trade back with Kosonu, Diamonde, Indika, top class. What class was
ever Indika is not scared of anybody.
So it's not surprising that they will finish the campaign and not concede a single
goal. In a midfield of Sekou Fofana, Sangare, Frank Kessié, Edingra, Amad Diallo,
Messi Diallo,
Sebastian Haller.
Ghana for
we shouldn't be sleeping on players like Rafael Singo.
Singo is
solid
consistently delivered when he was in Italian.
Solid. So it's about managing these players and bringing the best out of them.
Yeah.
That is what it means. For national team is not all about tactics. You can do tactics. You are not saying it's not important. You can do tactics, but it's about maximizing the level of potential in that particular team by creating the right balance. Who and who should I pay? Should I pay player A, player B? I think that is where Cameroon is also suffering from. And I think that is the same problem other big nations are suffering from.
All right.
If you get it and it clicks like this for you, boom.
Management is very important. If you look at even the Moroccan story, Morocco had, you see, sometimes we talk about Morocco, we always go to the infrastructure and all of that. But Morocco has never been bereft of infrastructure.
Yes.
Morocco has never been a country where infrastructure has been. They've always developed that. But it was when the country said, we need to find a local to coach the team. But there's a young Moroccan who has plied his trade in coaching in France.
You said we need to find what?
A local to coach the team.
So for contest, this is what happened. Morocco had then qualified for the World Cup 2022.
Yeah.
Vahid Ali Osich had done a solid job, but he had ostracized some of the star names like this Hakim Ziyech, and then some players had fallen exile. Now the Moroccan Royal Moroccan Football Federation was like, we need these guys to help us to perform. The coach said no. Okay, so they felt maybe it is a clear case of the coach not understanding how to use these boys. That is where your management thing comes in. Because we think these are boys whose disciplinary issues are very much manageable.
Exactly.
Just understand them and know how to use them.
I remember.
And that is why they would choose to go for a local who understands
the culture,
how a typical Moroccan born outside the country thinks.
So he is Moroccan. He has lived outside the country. And essentially, Morocco is Europe. Morocco is France. Morocco is Spain. So they know these people. They bring Walid Ouagragui in. What I like about Walid is that, like Akomeah, you said, you see, it is tactics, but he doesn't overdo the tactics.
No.
He does what fits the team. Morocco was playing against Spain. You wanted Morocco to go and fight with Spain for possession.
No, they don't.
Take your possession.
Even against Portugal.
He doesn't want possession. What's he using possession for?
I don't like the fact that you are making it all about management and coaching. The players themselves, they are bad. They have good quality, but they're not playing well. Nobody was misprofiled on that pitch. Osimhen and Adams pairing Ndidi with Moses Simon. Unless you will be playing your wing, Chukwueze playing. What experience am I bravo? Yes,
players na nyadie. Players na nyadie.
Okay, I can't say. If I can say, more quality. But as at that time,
they didn't show up. So he fails to turn up.
What do you mean?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Will Osimhen improve the Black Stars?
Osimhen.
But as I do, if we were discussing Osimhen like we're discussing Nketia and then also there will be no discussion.
No.
Osimhen works to the team, Yapon.
Yeah, and Edinketia also Edinketia.
For every single African nation.
Yeah, only Edinketia.
Osimhen will start for almost every other nation. If you take the nations that are going to the World Cup, the 48, maybe Osimhen will not start for just 5.
I agree.
Osimhen will start for Spain. Number 9.
Yes, I will start for Spain.
Hey.
Please come and take him out. Come and take him out.
Right here about the qualifiers, Mike. 7 out of the 9 coaches where them qualify them countries to the World Cup. Them all be old players of the nation.
I was about coming to it, and the ages too.
Interesting.
And I'm really shocked.
So give us, dive deeper into that for me.
So, Mike, if you are taking the list right here, let me help us with the list of the
7 out of 9.
The 9.
Okay, so who are the 9 who've qualified? Before Akomeah does that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's look at the teams that have qualified. Then Akomeah will dive into the coaches' bed as he tries to work things out.
Ben, I don't want to
So African countries who have qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Morocco, they are making their 6th appearance. Egypt are making their 4th appearance. Algeria is in there. They are making their 5th appearance. Tunisia, 7th appearance. Ghana, 5th appearance. Senegal, 4th. Ivory Coast, 4th. South Africa, 4th. They are first since 2010. Wow. And Cabo Verde are making their debut appearance. So that is how it works. So who are the 7 coaches?
So the 7 coaches, MS Fair for Ivory Coast, 41 years fee. He played for the Ivorian national team, was part of the Ivorian national team in 2006.
Okay.
Then Papi Thiaw was part of the Senegalese team in 2002. Now 44 years. He has qualified Senegal to the World Cup. Eto'O for Ghana, 50 years. He played in the team in 2006.
Eto'O.
Qualified the team for the World
Eto'O Skelly. Eto'O Skelly. Eto'O Skelly. Eto'o Skelly.
Eto'o Skelly, yeah.
Eto'o Skelly, yo.
Powerful in the.
Eto'o Skelly, yeah. Eto'o Skelly, yo. Eto'o Bobo.
And there's Walid Ouedraogo, who played for the Moroccan national team. There's Bobby Star. Bobby Low. Bobby played for Cabo Verde. And Mike, 55 years. There's Sami Trabelsi for Tunisia. Okay. He played for the Tunisian national team. I think as a centre back was it, right?
Yeah, centre back.
Yes, 57 years. And there's the legendary Hossam Hassan for the Egyptian national team. So 7 out of 9 coaches that has qualified their countries for the World Cup played for the country.
Wow, interesting. And they are all local coaches.
They are all local coaches.
So
I
think how many foreign coaches now?
The good thing,
2.
I think
those who have qualified.
Hugo Bruce
for
South Africa.
For South Africa, and then for I think Petkovic or someone for.
Vladimir Petkovic.
I think the
former coach of Switzerland.
The good thing with the quotes and unquotes local guys is that they have learned and understood how the international world does things. So Tuado is Ghanaian, but then he's German trained. Walid Ouedraogo is Moroccan.
French.
But he's French trained.
MS5
is French trained. And you see, people make it look like MS5 just came from the Ivorian League.
No.
MS5 was a coach in French lower divisions. And he had been assistant in senior French teams. So he understood how things are done. Even for the Algerian story. So for me, if you look at even somebody like Hossam Hassan like this, vast experience.
He was there with them in 1990.
Yeah.
When Egypt made the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's here.
Exactly. So for me, you need that. You need to understand that. You need to learn on the job. And you need to be able to deliver.
I think one key aspect of how things are changing now is we are beginning to understand that when you are coaching the national team, it's not all about tactics.
Yeah.
I don't think these coaches we've actually mentioned their names are tactically astute when it comes to the continent. Like Hugo Bruce is an AFCON winner with the Cameroonian national team at some point in time. Best Fair has won the AFCON, and he felt like it was not all about doing a lot of things on the touchline. While
and you're 4-4-2 and 4-3-3.
Don't complicate things. It's just about managing the players, making sure that you have the right balance and bringing the best out of them. Because you don't have so much time to prepare a team tactically when it comes to the national team.
Yeah.
We are called you ever be in November.
Yeah.
You better just a match. But these guys on my national team, they understand a lot of things. They know how to do a lot of things. Just manage them, get them a good assistant who is tactically good.
Okay.
And you are good to go.
All right. Now, let me ask you, it's early days yet, but which African countries are you tipping to really hit the notes when they go to the Mundial?
Well, the Moroccans have the early advantage based on what they've done before.
So you go for Morocco?
Yeah, the
I don't need any in-depth discussion.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Ghana.
Morocco.
Morocco. Well, interesting. But there is a lot of confusion in the air, and people will need some clarification. So 4 teams have made it to the playoffs. Gabon, DR Congo, Cameroon, Nigeria. First of all, guys, one of you should volunteer and do this for us. Why are we going to have a playoff in the first place? And how was this decided? Because a lot of confusion is in the air. Clarify things for me. One of you should volunteer.
Akomeah I don't understand, sir. Please, can you explain further?
Then, sir. Please, teacher. Let's go. Obet media frafra. But I think it will suit it if you do it in English.
I think first of all, we have 9 groups that are playing for the first round of the World Cup qualifiers when it comes to the continent.
Okay.
When you top your group, automatically you've qualified for the World Cup. This is totally different from what we had in the last edition when it comes to the qualification.
Okay.
The last edition, in the second round after the group stage, 10 teams that top their groups are divided into 2. And they meet each other for playoffs, home and away.
Okay.
So how you are able to win from that particular zone will qualify you for the World Cup. But this time around, totally different. Just top your group and you are good to go to the World Cup. Now, here comes another thing, that when you are second in the group, you know, after everything that we have chosen, the top place teams, we are going to choose 4 best place second teams. So let me say on the league table, we had 10 teams who were second on the tables, or maybe 9 teams who were second in their groups. We are going to rank them and choose the best 4 out of the 9 second place teams. And with that, the first difference that is going to come in is 2 points when you are trying to rank them. The second one is going to be goal differences. Then the other head-to-head and other stuff will come in. But there's an issue that happened far way back, I think in October 2023, coming in, where Eritrea was in the same group with Niger and Co. Decided to withdraw from the qualification stages. Meaning, instead of having 6 teams in a group, now for Niger's group, they had 5 teams in that particular group. So in a nutshell, if every single nation is playing 10 games in that group alone, every team is going to play 8 games. In this instance, topping the group is not the matter. But in terms of ranking the second best placed teams, you need to be very fair, because one team will play more matches than the other. So in the group of Niger, if you are ranking the second place teams, that means they are going to have 8 games. The other nations are going to have 10 games. CAF sits down, and in March, they draft something with FIFA that, okay, fine. If Eritrea is out, that means when we are ranking the second place teams and we are ranking them, this is what we are going to do. We are going to deduct points that you gained playing against team or group. You better from say throw. Then say automatically the home and away against the last place teams in your group will not be counted. Okay. Automatically, what about 8 games to say Niger now?
Into not FIFA, into what channel is FIFA per se, literally almost
the same matches. The same matches. And the casualty is going to be against Omo and Omo ball or group Omo. The last place teams in your group.
Shout out to Eritrea.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
And the issue is, you see, FIFA and CAF, after the decision, wrote to every single federation.
Okay.
They knew about this.
Of course.
They agreed to it.
And no matter what would have happened, somebody would have benefited.
And they abided by the rules.
And it's about, for me, equity. When you look at the conversation, somebody would have said that, why don't we grant everybody 6 points?
Yes.
But we don't want to grant everybody 6 points. Why? Because the people in the group over there did not play. So if they did not play, then let us make it as you didn't get anything from it.
I also have a different view of that particular
before you come in there, if I withdraw from a competition, so they did not even kick a ball.
Yeah.
All right.
So your points do not exist.
Why they will not award points is that they did not start.
Exactly.
So now, due to their withdrawal, their games are cancelled. Exactly. So there will not even be a game considered as Eritrea forfeiting. They withdrew.
Yeah.
But if they had played one game and then withdrawn from the competition thereafter, then they would have considered awarding points for forfeiture because you played one. and you forfeited the other game. So that is the explanation. Yeah. But my case here is also simple. You spoke about equity. I will not spend much money if I am Niger or Burkina Faso in the group of Morocco that Eritrea withdrew from. Yeah. So now I don't spend money, additional money for camping, for travel, to go and face Eritrea.
Everything is
because under normal circumstances, if I was supposed to play them, I will play 2 games against Eritrea. The cost involved for the home and away games against them. Now, if I am Burkina Faso, in my group, I played 5 different opponents. And I played home and away against the 6th place team. Yeah. Now, it happens that I need to be ranked as per the criteria to be considered as if I have made it as one of the best 2nd place teams. And you say, no, you would have to scrap that. Then there should be financial compensation. Even
that is financial.
So I just want to dwell on this. Should there be financial compensation to these countries who have missed out?
There will be no financial compensation.
Why?
There will be no financial in playing the World Cup qualifiers. It's not just for free. If you had qualified for the World Cup, you'd have gotten something from it. And all of these people get the FIFA forward money. They get benefit from it. So in this particular case, there wouldn't be a special financial compensation for you. In your travel to go and play the other teams, if you had used that to qualify automatically through the group, nobody wouldn't have come and said that we should give you whatever.
But in this case, you have used that to disqualify me.
No, because if you are not good enough and you don't go through the automatic qualifying spot, the rules change.
Yes.
And that's what Carl said. The rules change. So you need to do more when you go to, and the 2nd place people, so do more.
Second place in Yadi, say.
Oh, nobody's like Omoyadi.
I feel Obi accumulated 25 points. Obi accumulated
25.
It's in the context of a group, Anna.
In the context of what group?
But the context of Gabon group.
Where I will agree with Fiifi will be on the fact that when these rules were set, most of these nations felt that no, let's go for the ultimate. I want to be first in my group. Secondly, they wouldn't know who was going to be the last place team in the group at the end of the day. That is where I will agree with you. But with what Mike is saying, when you are setting rules as a leader, definitely you need to think beyond reasonable doubt, especially how to make sure that someone's mistake doesn't cause a problem for another.
Okay.
Or someone might have to pay at the expense of somebody's mistake at the end of the day. Which I feel that Burkina Kobo, Somalia, or Djibouti. Burkina played against Djibouti.
Played their last game against Ethiopia.
No. I'm talking about
the 6th place side.
6th place side. Djibouti. What took about Djibouti? Home and away. Why didn't know a bogo segum? Then at the end of the day, yes, second place.
Time na Gabon.
Nigeria.
Time na Gabon.
I don't know Lesotho Henry. Because Lesotho Henry.
Time na Gabon. Ebo Burundi no. There was a point in that game. Gabon scored the last 2 goals in the 86th and 91st minute. You understand? So, enye Burkina nkwa. Me, I'm sad for Burkina because Burkina no Panama match here. They were happy.
Yeah, Burkina after their game, they jubilated like they've qualified.
In fact,
for the
people from
Niger.
Yeah, Niger.
Niger had to travel all the way away from home against Zambia to win. And they thought it was enough to qualify them.
But still, I think it's not fair. Even apart from economic side, imagine say me co boss our games and then play a player.
No, that results won't be scrapped. It will only not be considered for deciding the second place.
Some second team, second place team. And then you'll be first, you'll be second.
And you can't qualify automatic and can't say.
And they say they see.
And then you obviously better. It's a different approach in the have.
So if you were the Burkina Faso FA boss, what would you do in this case? Obe protestiana.
Jai. Because they say at this rate, yeah, man. Oh, if I forecast him, or so we in here, Kawendimonte. More Bobo, I'm winning more.
I don't know in Niger for Burkina.
Oh, we now.
When they were messing up with our slaves, they didn't know this day was coming.
I'm not per calculations Nigeria for
Nigeria should be very grateful that they had 2 points against Zimbabwe.
You see, I kept
and at the same time Lesotho.
And I kept telling people that
last place team in their group.
they needed to score that fourth goal. You see, some man should fourth goal.
But
now.
the truth of the matter too is that if Nigeria had beaten Zimbabwe home and away, they would have qualified automatically.
Yeah, definitely. They would have.
No, but I'm talking about Zimbabwe because Zimbabwe was the last place team.
So let's do this. No, if they had beaten Zimbabwe home and away, they would have qualified outright.
Qualified outright.
They
At the
wouldn't
expense
even
of South
have cared
Africa.
about second place. So let's talk about the playoffs now. As you explained, 4 countries have made it: Gabon, Cameroon, Nigeria, and then also DR Congo. CAF says that they would seed these teams as per the next ranking, which will be on October 23. But as it stands now, if you refer to the FIFA ranking, the highest ranked among the 4 is Nigeria. Cameroon follows in. Now, Nigeria won 2 games, so it means they will likely increase their point tally. Cameroon drew 1 and 1-1. So there is no way Cameroon will usurp Nigeria on the rankings. Then it comes to Gabon and then DRC. So it is likely, if there will be changes, it might be between one of Gabon or DRC usurping Cameroon. But per the ranking, it will be Nigeria, Cameroon, Gabon, DRC. And if it goes in that manner, the playoffs will be played in Morocco in November. The 13th November will be the day for the playoffs. Now, out of the 4, the top ranked will face the lowest ranked. And then the second ranked will face the third ranked. That is how it will be for the 2 semifinals. And then the winners of the respective semifinals will play in the final.
Okay, so they will play in the league form.
Yeah, there will be a knockout.
2 semi-final games.
But they will be seeded.
Okay.
So the top ranked, 4 now, maybe boy, the top ranked is Nigeria. So Nigeria is seeded.
Okay.
Now, since they have the highest ranking, they will face the one that is lowest ranked. So in this case, it will be Gabon. If their position on the ranking does not change on October 23. So Nigeria versus Gabon. And then Cameroon, as the second ranked among the 4, will face the third ranked among the 4, which is DRC. The winners of these 2 games will face each other in the final for the playoffs as regards Africa. And then the winner will qualify for the Inter-Confederation playoff. So that is how it will be like.
I think for the playoffs, November 20th, November 6th.
Yeah.
I think 5 days.
But that November break is just for 1 week, right?
Yeah, but it's for 1 week.
Just 1 week.
And Ghana will go for their Asia tour. So Nigeria can still miss out. The same applies to Cameroon, Gabon, DRC. I know there will be enough time to talk about that.
Afford to miss out on the World Cup.
Right now, they can't afford that from here.
No. There's a reason why I believe Nigeria shouldn't miss out on this particular World Cup. 1, I believe they have a player in their setup. We need African best player at the World Cup. We need the best striker on the continent.
But we need Mbomosu there.
At the World Cup.
But no, I don't agree to this.
You need such players.
I don't agree.
But definitely,
I bet the Pele didn't play the World Cup. No, Osimhen anyway. Massa Benjamin Asare will play at the World Cup before Victor Osimhen.
We need Osimhen, the world best striker on the continent.
Hey,
yes,
world best striker
on the continent. We need Osimhen.
Akomeah, do you know the players who have crowned Africa in glory, who never showed up? George Oporia.
Fee. The 18 was a World Cup. Now you go intercontinental. Now Nigeria show her.
Oh yeah, they are saying qualify.
Bolivia. No, Costa Rica.
No, if Nigeria were good, would they not have qualified?
Curacao. United Arab Emirates ne Katamo.
But New Caledonia can also make it to the World Cup. They've qualified for the Inter-Confederation. No, but I don't agree to that.
Nigeria
will win and qualify.
No, I don't think.
Are they that good to beat Gabon and then win the
team? You Osimhen be able to qualify for 4 teams now.
Yeah, that's our team now. Osimhen and I heard your much.
Osimhen, when Timmy and Shell
I think that DRC qualifies.
Hey, what the baby and Nipanam be out?
What's Nadia Congo the group
but I still don't understand why you people don't want to see Osimhen at the World Cup.
Now by force is about Akomeah chancellor and member
only big players
and big as
you need we are representing world. Now Mohamed Kudus is going to the World Cup. Now you have players like Hakimi going to the World Cup. African who are top guys be Algeria, more guys be Egypt, more Salah, Then Osimhen is at home. Fee, this is not
now
good
the one qualifier now
it is not good for the continent.
Brian Mbumo. Brian Mbumo.
Only at the moment. And as I know, Nipa what did the African best player of the Radina Kopong. This shouldn't be happening.
Let's zoom in into Europe.
This shouldn't be happening.
Please, can we move on? Can we?
Debbie say Yankunwe, Yakwe.
Debbie.
Yantu aso.
Osimhen say what's up?
Ancestor of Brian Mbumo na what's up?
A year.
I'm wrestling.
Jack, where are you?
Hey, you know say any Jack.
Yeah, let's do it. Some we any anko. Guys, we are moving on to Europe. Sweden for the super. What is happening? It looks like they have all the players. In attack, you were here talking about Osimhen. There is Victor Gyökeres, there is Alexander Isak, aka Metietian.
Hey.
What? Rebel.
Liverpool. Someone more squad way picture.
Sweden is suffering in the qualifiers. Why? Have any of you, or has any of you been able to put a name to what is actually affecting the Swedish?
But I think there are more than a Nigeria case. They have the names. But actually, this is not standard. Even I think and there are more the good names with Victor Gyökeres and Alexander Isak and
Yeah, and they have some very talented players. Permit me to do this. I don't normally do this, but this is their squad.
Okay.
Isak and Victor Lindelof are part of their central defenders.
Iceman.
Yep. Lucas Bergvall, Yasin Ayari, and then the Dortmund. Brighton and Hove Albion. And then Daniel Svensson is one of the revelations for Dortmund this season. They play in their midfield. Then there is also one player of Leeds United, Gabriel Gudmundsson. He plays for them as well. In attack, Gyökeres and then Alexander Isak. On the bench, they have Anthony Elanga, Rooney Badji, the one who joined Barcelona. He's also part. And then there is Sema. Sema, for those of the investors, the Panthers, you would definitely know Ken Sema because he's been getting goals in Cyprus. He's part of the Paphos team that qualify for the Champions League.
Anytime to score for.
Exactly. So clearly, they have a decent squad enough to win at home against Kosovo, who only have maybe Vedat Muriqi.
Mike, please, can you check their group for us?
Okay, so there's the groupings. As regarding Sweden, Sweden are last in a group comprising of Switzerland, Kosovo, Slovenia. They have 1 point out of an available 4. They've scored 2 goals and conceded 7. And I think everything starts and stops with Jean Dahl Thomasen, the Dane coach in charge of the Swedish.
It's just like Nigeria case Nebia. They have the players, but they are a mess when it comes to the pitch.
I think it's all about getting the right balance for this team. Even Omata Kesenekrano, we a coach is a headache for you. How to get the best because there's also Anthony Elanga.
Yeah, Elanga.
Literally, you can create a front three of Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres, and Elanga. Solid. And I think Bergvall is also not a bad player.
Because Bergvall.
I've seen him influence games in that particular meeting.
All for the Swiss team, the Swedish team.
Yeah, the Swedish.
By his management.
Fee, you can have. This is something I always know about the national team. These guys can be performing at their club side, but when they come to the national team and you don't give them the proper balance, the fact that Bergvall is performing for Tottenham, Ayari is performing for Brighton and Hove Albion, doesn't mean the pair can work as a double pivot for the Swedish national team.
But is it also not a possible case of Shofo no Papa? Is it not also a possible case of the 2 main guys leading the Swedish attack not having a good preseason, struggling in their clubs, quote unquote?
But with the caliber of Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres,
they are struggling
against Kosovo.
But they are struggling.
Yes, Kosovo, team.
No, but Kiki, the lack of confidence, no matter how great you are. What was it?
Apart from not scoring goals, they've conceded a lot.
7.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the strength of that Swiss team was in the attack. So you can score them 3 and they are scoring 4, 5.
But this time around, they are not even keeping clean sheet with players. We believe they are talented enough to be compact and make sure that they don't concede a lot. I've seen the Swedish team play goalless.
All right, so this is what we are going to do. This will form part of the next episode that we discuss. We'll also look at Europe and the countries that have made it and those who likely need the next window to make it. Excuse me. So,
Atafri BBY.
Ija Nadia. Otafri Ija.
Okay, I'll come back and ask them a question. So, au revoir. Thank you very much. This has been the 4 Post Podcast. Bye-bye.